The first rays of sunlight had barely touched the valley before the chaos of war erupted. The clash of swords, the screams of soldiers, and the booming sound of war drums filled the air. King Thalen stood at the edge of Selina's fortress, his eyes fixed on the Jhandar army pouring down the hills like a dark flood. The flames from their torches danced in the wind, and the ground shook with each step they took. But amid the chaos, something caught his attention, a flicker of movement far to the left, hidden among the shadows. His keen eyes narrowed. It was a messenger, someone from his own ranks, carrying a piece of cloth that was far too small to be a standard or flag of surrender. Thalen signaled for the man to approach. The messenger stumbled forward, his face covered in grime, sweat dripping from his brow. He clutched a scrap of cloth, its edges torn and singed. Thalen's hand shot out to take it, unwrapping it with urgency. As the cloth unfolded, a strange symbol appeared, a serpent coiled around a broken sword, dripping with blood. The symbol was unmistakable. It belonged to Jhandar, but this particular marking was not one Thalen had seen before. "Where did you find this?" Thalen demanded, his voice low and tense. The messenger's eyes darted nervously. It was tied to one of the torches they sent to the front lines. "Sire, a sign of their attack. But I don't understand the meaning." Thalen's mind raced. The serpent and the broken sword could be a warning, a message, or a curse. He had no time to dwell on it. But Lyra, his trusted advisor, approached with a grim expression. "Let me see it," Lyra said quietly, her hand already outstretched. She studied the symbol with a frown, and her brow furrowed deeper. "This isn't just a message," she said. "It's a warning. But more than that, it's a call. The symbol means more than just Jhandar's forces. It means someone within Selena has made a pact with them." Thalen's heart skipped a beat. "A traitor?" Quote. Lyra nodded, her eyes dark with suspicion. "Yes, someone inside your own court. Someone close to you. Or perhaps, someone you trust." The air around them seemed to grow heavier as the implications settled in. It was bad enough that they were facing Jhandar's army. But to think there was someone within their own ranks working against them? It was a blow to his confidence, one he couldn't afford at such a critical moment. Before Thalen could speak, a loud crash rang out from the inner courtyard. He turned just in time to see a Selena soldier sprinting toward him. Panting heavily, his armor bloodied. "Your Majesty," the soldier gasped, nearly collapsing before Thalen. "A small group of Jhandar's forces have broken through the northern gates. They've taken the inner fortress." Quote. The courtyard went silent, save for the distant sounds of battle. The news struck like a thunderclap. If they had breached the inner defenses, the heart of Selena was in grave danger. Thalen clenched his fists, the weight of leadership pressing down on him like 1,000 stones. But as he turned to give orders, something else caught his attention. A soft rustling sound, like wind in the trees. But there was no breeze. He glanced at Lyra, who was staring over his shoulder, her expression pale. He slowly turned around, his pulse quickening. There, standing at the edge of the courtyard, was a figure cloaked in black, a shadow against the growing light of the day. The figure's hood was pulled low, but Thalen could see the glint of a dagger in one hand. The figure raised the dagger, its blade catching the light as it gleamed ominously in the air. And then, before anyone could react, the figure vanished into the shadows, leaving behind only the chilling echo of footsteps. A traitor, and now a shadow in the dark. Thalen's heart pounded in his chest. What had just begun was far more dangerous than he had ever imagined. The real war was not just against Jhandar. but against someone within his own walls. Enjoyed the content? Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated with our latest videos. And remember to click the bell icon so you never miss a notification. Thanks for your support.